Hello, hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome to our February Go Series, our second in the set. We've got about 40 people on, so invite your friends. We'd love to see more viewers. It's a great audience already. Hello, Michael, and hello, Victor and Emily from Sweden. Hello, Emily. She says, nice piece, thanks. And Ryan loves the pomegranate print. Thank you. Hello, Gabriela from Chile. Nice to see you. We just played a video with Grant Ruiz, who's one of our guests today. Grant Ruiz and Dan Fellman, who are going to play the second part of the show. And that was a piece that I wrote called Octopus Fantasma that's part of a whole set of Argentine dances. So we're going to play the rest of the suite now. And thanks to Grant for putting in that extra part. Oh, we're ready.
Right, let's do it.
Let's go.
I'm starting by myself.
Zamba of the Bulls from my Naturaleza suite. Oh, I think I forgot to say the name of the piece in the very beginning. This is all Argentinian dances that I wrote inspired by nature. All right, we've got a great audience going here. Hello, Olivia, thanks for joining us. And Mitch, and Mom and Dad in Idaho, hello. Andy, hello. And Charles Johnson, great. Thanks everybody for joining us. This next piece is called Rio Sin Tiempo, or River Without Time, and it's a sort of a meditation on rivers. compliments, everybody. Hello, Mary Vargas. Hello, Jaylene. Hello, Sandy. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Raphael. Hello, Savannah. Thanks for joining us, everybody. This next piece is my tango. And this has a funny story of being on the road. People often ask us how we take inspiration for writing our own music. And it's usually a very convoluted, funny route that leads you to what you write about. So I wanted to write a tango about the praying mantis. And there's actually a print of some dancing, praying mantises dancing tango from our friend Eileen Guerra, who we commissioned to do this. But anyway, we were on the road. It was 2016. We were staying in Colorado at a composing residency that we set up. And it was this cabin called the Grizzly Creek Cabin in North Park, Colorado. And so we were kind of driving around and hiking. And one of the trips outings that we took, the song Creep by Stone Temple Pilots came on. And if you don't know the song, it's cool. Probably Northwest people, right? The alternative scene, people would know it. But it just had the most amazing vibe. And I was like, I should write a tango that has that kind of vibe. And sure enough, the chorus comes on of this song. And it's, he says, I'm half the man I used to be. Half the man I used to be. And it this awesome just vibe in that song. And I thought it was the most hilarious connection to praying mantises. Because when they mate, sometimes the female, to get a little extra energy, she eats the head off of the male praying mantis.
So he's half the mantis. He used to be. All right.
And I was kind of looking for some, like a key and a tempo. And so you're not going to hear that song in my tango, but I did take some of the vibe of the Stone Temple Pilots song. So here is Mantis Religiosa, or the praying mantis.
Careful with the piano on your chair.
for joining us. Hello to some new folks, Dory and Azalea. Hello from Eugene. All right. And we got some lying, crying faces from my praying mantis story. All right. Hello, Kristen. Thanks for joining us. We're going to finish off this suite of mine with a piece called Snake Dreams, and this is an Argentine chamamé.
It's actually a Michigan chamamé.
Michigan. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in, watching. Thanks for all the comments, and it's such a nice way to connect in this. If you're in Michigan, it's the weather's changed, but it's pretty wet and dreary out there. So hope we're bringing some joy to wherever you're at. Before I introduce our second song, I'd just like to remind everyone that this is all basically self-funded by you and by donations. So anything you can donate, we're going to be sending off to Oregon to our wonderful duet that's going to go after us, and then helping us pay for all the fun techie things we need to make this happen. So thank you so much for all your support. We're going to finish our set with a piece, an arrangement in mind by Astor Piazzolla of his piece Mumuki. And I was reminded last night walking around our town of kind of how it all started. I had, back in the previous world, had a call for jury duty. And I was kind of like bothered by this, and I wasn't sure because it tells you like you could be there the whole week or something like this, and we didn't know what was going on, and it was in December, and so you go to the first day, you got to be there at like 7 a.m. or something, and go in this huge room. There's like hundreds of people sitting in there, and they're just like, I don't know. I was there like 3 hours, but I transcribed the solo that I'm going to play in the middle from Piazzolla while I was sitting there. The good part of the story, they sent us all home in like 3 hours and gave me a check for like $12.50. So it's a decent
That's
way
a good transcription rate.
Good way to make a living there. So thanks everybody. Gonna get our mood kind of music going here. Set this up for Dan and Grant.
Thanks everybody for joining us. There's some cool people on right now. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad. Thanks, Tom Pike. Thank you. Osvaldo Barucoa is here in the house from Argentina. I must say, Osvaldo is the one who inspired me to write my own chacarera. So it's really cool that he's joining us. Hello, Carlton. Thank you for the compliment.
Uncle Ron.
Uncle Ron. Who else? I missed a couple other folks. Dory, hello. Thank you.
All right. We're going to send it over to our guests now. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to happily introduce our special guests coming all the way across the country through the internet for you anywhere in the world. We have Grant Ruiz and Dan Fellman going to play some sweet guitar tunes, and then we'll see in a little bit and have a little talk at the end.
So here we are, Grant and Dan.
Well, hello, everybody. And yes, hello from what is, at least today, sunny Ashland, Oregon, just over the border of California. My name is Grant Ruiz, and I play the flamenco guitar and classical guitar. This is a flamenco guitar I'm playing today. And this is Dan Fellman, my friend, who plays jazz guitar, specializing in gypsy jazz. And he's, in fact, playing a gypsy jazz guitar today as well. So you get the chance to hear two different types of guitar. And we're very happy to present to you a program of original tunes. And they sound, we mostly come together in kind of like a Latin fusion sound, like the last one we just played, or the first one we just played, which is called San Sol, a composition by Dan. It means Saint Sun. And the melody, you told me, came in a dream. It was sung to you by an angelic woman, which is a great way to get a melody, I think. So we'll play another one for you. Pardon me. This is an original by me entitled Holding You. I originally came up with it as a chord progression, and then the melody came quickly afterwards as a series of sighs. The next song we're going to play has a cool story behind it. Dan originally composed it as an instrumental called Leaving. And when we first started playing it, Dan suggested that I come up with lyrics for it. And as a lyricist, I make a pretty good guitarist, as it turns out. So I wasn't sure what to do. And then it occurred to me that there's a poem by the great Chilean poet Pablo Neruda that I always admired. And I took Dan's piece home. I set it next to the Neruda poem. And it was amazing. The poem, the words and the rhythm of the poem fit the rhythm of Dan's melody perfectly. And I translated it to English, and it fit perfectly. It was amazing. So we're going to play Leaving by Dan Fellman, and I'll include the Spanish part of the Spanish version of the Neruda poem, which is called Cuando yo muera, quiero tus manos en mis ojos. When I die, I want your hands on my eyes. I want the light and the wheat of your beloved hands to pass one more time over me, their freshness, to feel the coolness and the softness that changed my destiny. When I die, I want you to live while I, asleep, wait for you.
Make me cry. 2,
manos en mis ojos, quiero la luz y el trigo de tus manos amadas. Pasar una vez más sobre mí su frescura, sentir la suavidad que cambió mi destino. Quiero que vivas mientras yo dormido te espero. Cuando yo muera, quiero tus manos en mis ojos, quiero la luz y el trigo de tus manos amadas. Cuando yo muera, quiero que vivas mientras yo dormido te espero. Yeah, we'll play a song by Dan Fellman now entitled Forgiveness. When we arranged it, when we put it together, it ended up sounding like a conversation between the two guitars. This is Forgiveness.
And I forgive you.
was nice. New strings, give me a moment to tune, please.
We tune because we care.
This is true. So we're going to play a cover tune for you. Again, in a Latin vein. We appreciate the fact that the Folias Duo plays music from around the world, as do we. And this is one of our favorites. This is by the Buena Vista Social Club. It's called Chan Chan. Excuse me. Yo Sendo voy para Macané, digo Cuando voy para Mayarí. Yo Sendo voy para Macané, digo Cuando voy para Mayarí. Yo Sendo voy para Macané, digo Cuando voy para Mayarí. El cariño que te tengo yo no lo puedo negar. Se me sale la papita, yo no lo puedo evitar. Cuando Juanica y Chan Chan en el mar se mía la arena, como sacudía jibe, a Chan Chan le daba pena. Limpio camino de paja que yo me quiero sentar en aquel tronco que veo, así no puedo llegar. Voy para Macané, digo Cuando voy para Mayarí. Yo Sendo voy para Macané, digo Cuando voy para Mayarí. Yo Sendo voy para Macané, digo Cuando voy para Mayarí. We have one more for you, and we want to thank the Folias Duo for. I'll get out of the cave. I want to thank the Folias Duo for inviting us to play today. It's been a real pleasure. I really enjoyed collaborating with them on Carmen's wonderful piece, Octopus Phantasma. It's a real treat. And this is the first time that we've done this. It's kind of strange playing into a camera, but kind of cool in a way. I hope you're enjoying it. So we'll leave you with one more. This is a piece of mine that I recently wrote called Smooth Groovin', and it's based on the style called the flamenco rumba. And rumba originally came from Cuba, but the flamencos in Spain, in the south of Spain, play a version of it. And so this is a flamenco rumba called Smooth Groovin'. Again, thanks very much for being here. All right. Well, thanks again very much for being here. At this point, we'd love to throw it back to the Folias Duo in Michigan.
All right. That sounded awesome, you guys. It's a great set. Beautiful. Thanks so much. All right. So for those of you viewing in, we're going to have a tiny little interview just to kind of little collaboration. Don't get to hang out with many other musicians, so this is our one shot.
Can I start?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I hanging out with a bunch of other guitarists, I thought I'd maybe ask like what your guys' background is. Like, did you start with flamenco or jazz, or like I started with rock, moved to classical? I don't know. What do you guys been doing this for a while? I don't. What are you into?
Yeah, right.
You first?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I started when I was 10 years old playing classical guitar. My dad was a jazz musician, and anyway, he brought home this beautiful Concerto de Aranjuez performed by Narciso Yepes, and I heard the classical guitar. I thought, that's the sound I got to make. So anyway, yeah, I started studying then, and I played it for a while, and then just branched out into other musics. Tried my hand at being a rock star for a while, and then flamenco. I got the flamenco bug actually when we moved up here to Oregon, which was kind of funny because I'd come up from the Bay Area, which is a very vibrant scene. I came here and there was nobody playing it, but I decided I wanted to learn it. So, I studied on my own and traveled to Spain. And so now I just play whatever I like. But flamenco and classical have been two of my greatest teachers as far as music is concerned.
So I definitely heard pop and rock music in high school. But I kind of quickly became a jazz snob in high school and listened to some stuff that even right now is pretty heavy. And I aspired to be a jazz guitar player. but also played, a fair amount of pop stuff with different groups. Then when I got to Ashland, I met these people who were into this thing called gypsy jazz, which I did not know about. But basically what it is it's the style that was created by Django Reinhardt in France in the 20s and 30s and 40s in Europe, which was sort of a fusion of gypsy folk music and American swing. And at that time, they in France were building these guitars called Selmer Macaferis, which is it's kind of a cross between a steel string guitar and a classical guitar. Before amplifiers, are trying to figure out ways to get guitars to be louder. Anyway, so it's a different sound, and I love it. I love that music. I love the sound of the guitar. I don't think I've played an electric guitar for very much since I started. Anyway, so that's my shtick.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Right. So may we ask you a question?
Oh, yeah.
So ever since I've gotten together with Dan, it's been several years now, I've learned more and more about the jazz form of improvisation, where you spontaneously composing as you're playing along, top of a set of chord changes, let's say. And before then, I was playing classical or doing kind of spontaneous arrangement, which is more common in flamenco. And I'm curious about you guys. I love your compositions. I love your ideas. And I'm curious where they come from, and in particular, how improvisation plays a role in your compositional ideas.
Ooh, big question.
At some points, it's improvised the first time when you write it down, right?
Well, I would say Andrew and I met through tango, actually. And one of the things I love about tango music is that it's written down, so it involves this sort of classical training, but there's moments of improvisation. And it's kind of a blended thing where it combines both aspects. So it doesn't feature like a long solo. You don't have to have this full creative idea when you're improvising. It's always based off of something, but it's a lot composed out too. So I think that's a little bit more how our compositional approach is too. We have these moments of improv that break out, like an octopus phantasma today. Yeah, but Andrew probably have a different answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this idea of like a continued improvisation that is actually a revision. So it's in a way like I come up with this idea, it's an improvisation, like Dan said, and then at some point you start revising that same improvisation to create it. Although I have to say, a lot of times I don't use my guitar when I compose at all. I just use like my mind and pencil and my voice.
Wow.
Impressive.
Or this thing behind us.
Piano.
Yeah, that's a useful thing, definitely.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I'm certainly inspired by the music that you've been performing and composing, and thanks for including me in your project and us today.
Yeah, we've learned a lot about streaming.
Yeah, like I said, our first time. Yeah, thank you for being gentle guides.
I think we should do this more.
Our pleasure. Well, thanks again for playing. Thanks everybody for joining us and all the wonderful comments. We hope that you'll donate generously. We're splitting the donations 50-50 with the artist today. And anything else that you need to say so you can sleep tonight? Oh, next concert is March 14. Andrew and I will be playing an almost spring concert. So we hope you'll join us for that. And we'll just do a little wave goodbye.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. And we'll see you next time.